If you clicked on this video just because of the title, Lmia for sale. Guys, I do not have Lmia for sale, but instead, I am going to be talking about a very alarming trend that's been happening here in Canada. And this is where a lot of recruiters, a lot of consultants, and a lot of gatekeepers are selling Lmia to persons who are interested to come to Canada. If you're interested, guys, stick around and let's get into the conversation. Before we get into the topic of actually talking about persons who are selling Lmia, let's talk about what is an Lmia. Lmia really stands for Labor Market Impact Assessment. Now, what this means, this is when an employer who has been trying to fill a position in Canada for an extended period of time apply to Service Canada for them to give them the approval to be able to employ a foreign national for that position. The employer has to be able to prove to Service Canada and to the government that they have tried every single thing possible to employ a person with valid status in Canada. And by valid status, I mean on a work permit, study permit, permanent resident of Canada, or a citizen of Canada. And nothing has worked. And they have no other option but to employ somebody from outside of Canada or inside of Canada on a visitor's visa. Now, in order for the employer to be approved, they have to be able to demonstrate to the authorities that they have, one, advertised the position on numerous different job posting sites, including Canadian Job Bank, Glassdoor, Indeed, and a few others. They have to run these ads for at least 28 days on at least 3 different platforms. And sometimes Service Canada actually asks the employer to show them the interview process. Now, if they're able to demonstrate that they are having a hard time filling this position, then they are approved for that specific Lmia. Now, the Lmia is approved for the specific position that it's applied for. So if a business has one Lmia, it can be only used for that one specific position that they have applied for. If it is that they have other positions that they're having a hard time filling, then they have to reach out to the Service Canada again for them to issue them another Lmia. So one business might have 4 Lmias, 5 Lmia, 1 Lmia, and that allows them to employ the respective persons from outside of Canada. Now we know, guys, we have covered it on this channel on so many different angles in so many different videos. If you're here in Canada on a visitor's visa and you're able to get a Lmia job offer, then you don't have to leave Canada. You can use that job offer and convert your visitor's visa to a work permit without leaving Canada. This is a temporary public policy that really came in effect because of COVID. What really was happening is throughout COVID, a lot of persons were stuck in Canada and they were not able to work and they were not able to go back to their home country because the borders were closed. So IRCC and the government of Canada decided that, hey, what we're going to do, we're going to give persons who are trapped in Canada the opportunity to apply for a work permit. But in order for them to do that, they have to be approved. They have to be they have to have gotten a job offer from a approved employer on an approved Lmia already, right? Now, that was intended to really be throughout COVID and should have been expired in February 2022, and then it extended a year to February 2023, and now it's extended for 2 years until February 28, 2025. Now, we don't know if the government is gonna increase it again or if that is gonna be it, because it's not an immigration stream, but it's a temporary immigration policy, which means that it's put in place for temporary purposes and it can expire and it will expire unless extended. Now that you guys know what an Lmia is, the process for applying for Lmia is usually the employee who is looking to be employed actually apply for the position online or in person, get an interview, and then they're offered the job offer. Or another way is a lot of employers, what they do, they pay recruiting agency to act on their behalf, because there's a chronic job market shortage here in Canada in terms of Labor market is very short. It's an aging population and there's just not enough persons to fill the amount of positions that's available. Like last year, for example, there were over 1 million vacant positions in Canada. So in a nutshell, recruiting agencies are there to bridge the gap. Now, what is happening right now is you have a lot of gatekeepers. You have a lot of gatekeepers in the sense that a lot of these recruiting agencies, a lot of these immigration consultants, and a lot of these persons who are even working in organizations that they are the hiring manager and they have authority and position over deciding who comes in and who goes out, they have been abusing the LMIA process. Now, this is something that I'm not sure if IRCC is aware of or what penalties are in place to mitigate factors like these. But this is becoming a significant problem in Canada, and this has hijacked the LMIA process and making it almost impossible for a genuine applicant to get an LMIA job offer. Right? Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of what's being charged and all of those things, it is 100% illegal. It is not legal. It is not legal for a recruiting agency, immigration consultant, or an HR or anybody else or otherwise to charge you for an LMIA. The only cost factor that is involved in the LMIA process is $1,000 that is at the employer's expense. That is their application fee when they apply to Service Canada. Then that's the only fee that they should pay and that they will pay. Right? Now, they pay that $1,000 and they get approved, assumingly. Now, what happened is a lot of these employers trust recruiting agencies. Now, the employer pays the recruiting agency to go and find persons on their behalf. However, a lot of these recruiting agencies, especially the ones that are operated, sadly, by persons of black and brown complexion, they are hijacking the LMIA process, becoming gatekeepers, and selling LMIAs for exuberant fees in excess of 40,000 Canadian dollars. Now, there's one business, and I am planning to visit that business personally to look for a job, pretending like I'm on a visitor's visa. And as soon as they try to sell me an LMIA, I am going to expose them. Now, I am not calling that business name because it's strictly hearsay at this moment in time. As soon as that's done, you guys will see it here first. It is wrong, it is illegal, and I suggest that persons who are doing it have a conscience. A lot of persons who are doing it, as I said, look like me. And they came to Canada as an immigrant and they're trying to get rich and hijacking the LMIA process. Just because they know that persons want to come to Canada and persons will often pay whatever fee is included. Now, I have heard of stories in other cities where LMIAs are selling for $50,000, $55,000, $45,000, and I'm wondering if no one is aware of it. And why is it being allowed to continue? Why is it being allowed to continue that persons who have genuine interest cannot get a seat at the table, cannot get an opportunity because there are so many gatekeepers who are out there selling LMIAs in an effort not to help people, but to help themselves? Why is this being allowed to happen? Let alone, why are you doing this? We know the struggles that it entailed to migrate to a new country in of itself. I came to Canada as an international student. I know so many other international students make the sacrifice, make the investment, and then come migrate to Canada. Now, being an international student is cheaper than buying an LMIA. Being an international student is still regarded one of the safest ways to migrate to Canada. Very expensive, but it's one of the safest ways of migrating to Canada, right? So I would suggest to anybody, instead of paying somebody $50,000 for an LMIA, that you are bound to an employer for 1 year or 2 years still, often in a position that you don't like, explore the study permit route above that. And if you have an agent who is suggesting that you should buy an LMIA expose them. They're not even hiding it anymore. They're not even doing it under the table anymore. They are now just putting it up front. Like, I don't know what you can do, but you can if you can they try to just put it in front of you to just kind of get your reaction. Expose them. If you don't expose them, this is gonna continue and continue and continue and continue. Don't think about yourself, but think about all the other persons who this is affecting, who this is stopping their opportunities. And this is one of the reasons why it would appear as if LMIA opportunities are very scarce. There are so many LMIA opportunities here in Canada. There are so many employers, especially in the rural parts of Canada, the rural cities, the rural towns of different provinces, that there is countless LMIA opportunities. But you have gatekeepers. You have gatekeepers who are hijacking the process and trying to get rich out of the LMIA process. And I'm asking for places like Service Canada. I'm asking for places like IRCC, the government, all of these places to please take a look into this, because this is not right. This is not fair. And I believe that persons who engage in this practice should be held accountable at the highest level. That's what I believe. I do not believe it's fair. I do not believe it's right. I do not believe it's ethical. And I know for a fact that it is illegal. So why is it being allowed to continue? Why is it being allowed to continue is my question. And why are there so many persons participating in the illicit act of selling LMIAs? When a recruiting agency recruit an employee for an employer, it should come at no cost to the employee. No cost to the employee. The employer already paid that recruiter. The employee is not expected to pay $1 to that recruiter. But it is widespread knowledge that that is happening. Widespread knowledge. Widespread knowledge. Widespread knowledge. So is it that anyone can just do anything that they want to do and then everyone just turn a blind eye? Is that what is happening? It can't be that's what is happening. There has to be some form of oversight, some form of thing put in place to monitor every single sector, including the immigration sector. Now, I don't know what's being done on the high level, but on the low level, this is getting out of control. And I know so many persons who have had this experience. Because they can't come up with 50,000 Canadian dollars, I mean, that's so exuberant. That's so exuberant. They don't even try to make it affordable because they know that people will pay it regardless. What is being done? What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that if you can pay it, you should just pay it and as long as you get your foot through the door, everything is okay? Or do you think there should be something done about this, as my opinion is? What do you guys think? Drop it in the comment section, guys. I'm really interested to know what you guys think about this topic. Would you buy an LMIA if you had the choice? If you had the option and means to finance or to buy an LMIA, would you buy it? Or would you not buy it in an effort to stop this practice? Drop it in the comment section. I really like to know. And also, if you have made it to Canada through the process of buying an LMIA, please share your experience with us as well. We'd like to know why you did it, like how was your process, and just everything from your journey or perspective, right? And if you're watching this video and you are a part of the problem by seeking to get significant financial gain of somebody trying to change their life by moving to Canada, please have a conscience. We all, well, most of us who are in the space, immigration space, are all immigrants most of the time. We know the struggles, we know the journey and sacrifices that we had to make it to the country. Why would we be the same ones who are acting as gatekeepers, standing at the fence, standing at the gate, and say, okay, only the chosen few shall make it through? And the chosen few, you'll have to pay in gold and silver. Have a conscience. Have a conscience. Remember when you wanted the opportunity. Remember when you wanted the opportunity to migrate. Remember that. Remember that. What if someone did not help you along your journey and tried to charge you $50,000 for an LMIA? Remember that. Remember where you're coming from, and remember when you were just an immigrant in Canada. Remember that. Remember that. Guys, I promise you I'm not ranting, but when I'm passionate about a specific topic, this is how I talk. I talk very passionately, and as you guys can tell, I'm very passionate about this respective topic because I believe it's wrong on so many levels, and I think it should be exposed. And I think all of these YouTubers who are out here like sugarcoating things should talk about the issues that needs to be resolved. The fact that somebody has to come up with $50,000 to get an opportunity to buy an LMIA that goes straight into somebody's pocket, which is 100% illegal, it's wrong. All YouTubers should be talking about this and don't stop sharing half-truth. A part of the story, a piece of the story. Right? Stop, just share, just highlight the issues as is. That is the issue. It's a big issue. It's a significant issue, and it's contributing to the what would I say, to the downfall of the Canadian economy, to the Canadian society, because instead of the person who is more skilled or most qualified getting that particular job, that job is just going to somebody now who can pay $50,000, whether or not they are capable, competent, or are even able to do the job. And that is why you have so many other issues spinning off just from that. Make the best person get the job. Make we compete, man. Make we compete as long as it's fair, as long as it's reasonable, as long as it's something that, as long as it's something that's done in fairness, in equality. You cannot just get a position because you can pay $50,000 or 40 or whatever the case may be. Let the best person get the job. That's my opinion on the topic, right? And that is contributing to so many other issues. So many other issues. There are so many employers here in Canada who are disappointed with the staffing that they have gotten. Gone are the days when immigrants are known to be hardworking. Gone are the days when immigrants are known to be loyal. Gone are the days when immigrants are known to be the most reliable team member on the staff. Because at that particular time, immigrants were grateful for the opportunity for an employer who took a chance on them, and we paid back fully. Fully. We are invested, because if an employer takes a chance on an immigrant, I can tell you, if you're an employer watching this, you guys can comment as well. If an employer takes a chance on an immigrant, let me tell you, you will not have a more hardworking staff member than that immigrant who you've changed their life. Immigrants are loyal. However, with the fact that now everything is all about making money, that loyalty is no longer there. That level of competence is no longer there. That level of wanting to prove and excel and just gratefulness is not there. It's not, because it's just the fact that you could come up with the money. You don't really understand the struggles, and you don't feel like somebody has taken that chance on you. So because of that, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. And that is just how it is. And as I said, I've been here now for 4 years, and I've literally seen the changes happening in front of my eyes. The changes are happening right in front of my eyes. The society is becoming more, I would say, not as developed as it was when I just came. There are so many things that needs addressing, and I strongly believe that the breakdown in the immigration processes are contributing to the level of services that's being offered in almost every single organization. It can't be who you know, it has to be what you know. How qualified are you for the job? How competent are you for the job? Not because you have a rich auntie, or you have a rich uncle, or you have some savings, or you have whatever case may be. Even if you sacrifice and you buy the LMIA, it's wrong. It's wrong. You're a part of the problem. You're a part of the problem. You are a part of the problem. You are a part of the problem. And why would we leave our home country, come to Canada, and turn it exactly as though it is in our home country? We moved to Canada because Canada has a level of integrity. Canada has a level of development that we all love, peace of mind, safety, quality of life that we all enjoy. That is why we decided to move to Canada. But a lot of you guys are trying your very best to turn Canada back, like back where you're from. A lot of you are trying your best to turn Canada into a third world country. You're trying every single thing by corrupting the system, by hijacking the systems, the immigration system, being gatekeepers, and a lot of employees as well. They are working in an organization and they are blocking other immigrants because they want their friends and family members to get in. Which, in truth and in fact, everyone has to look out for their own family and friends and stuff like that. But at the same time, be fair. You can't just be getting in only your family members. Fine, you get in a couple, make it rest. You get in a couple of your family members, let it rest. Let it rest a little bit. Let somebody else get a chance. Your family is not the only family that needs an opportunity to change your life. So you get in a few, stop being gatekeepers now. Let in, just mix it in. Don't try to be, okay then, no other immigrants coming in, just my family member, yada yada. You are also a part of the problem. You are also a part of the problem. 150%. There are so many persons now in Canada on visitors visa going around looking for LMIA jobs and can't find any, and come to the conclusion that there's no LMIA jobs. When there are so many LMIA jobs, hundreds of, probably even thousands of LMIA jobs. But you have gatekeepers. You have gatekeepers. You have gatekeepers. And I'm telling you, if I find any employer or recruiting agency and I can prove that you are selling LMIA, you are going to be famous. I can promise that. As long as I have proof that you are selling LMIA, I'm personally pretending to be a visitor looking for a job, coming to your establishment, and as soon as you bring money to me for buy LMIA, your business and everything is shut down and you're probably going to jail. Because I am doing every single thing on my end to try and respect other immigrants. I came to Canada, it doesn't mean that nobody else should come to Canada. I come to Canada, it doesn't mean that I am going to stop everybody else who wants to come through the door and I'm only going to be letting in my friends and family members. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be doing that. And that's one of the fundamental reasons why I even started this YouTube channel, because I wanted to start this YouTube channel so I can share my journey and my family's journey, so that for anybody else who want to come to Canada can identify that there are real people migrated to Canada and they can do it too. I share my journey unfilteredly so that persons can see exactly how it is. Even some parts that other persons wouldn't necessarily share. I share it because if Canada changed my life, my family's life, why wouldn't I want somebody else to get that opportunity? It's there for everybody. It's not just there for some persons, it's there for everybody. But what happened is a lot of persons, as soon as they come off the plane, make it through the airport, get their PR card or their work permit or study permit, that's it. They don't even look left nor right. They're done. They're just done. They are done. And now this is their land and nobody else is coming in. Nobody else is coming in. That's what it is. That's what it is. Qualified people should be coming in. Skilled people should be coming in. Smartest minds, skilless hands should be coming in. Not the most expensive pockets. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it right there for now. Please don't forget to hit that like button if it is that you find this conversation interesting, engaging, or if you learned anything through this discussion. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed already. My name is Dems, and the name of the channel is DiAndersons Family, right? Give us a subscribe, help get us to 10,000 subscribers, and drop a comment. Let me know, guys, what you think about this particular topic, and let's have a discussion right down in the comment section as well. All right, guys, peace out to everybody, much love, and see you guys in the next video.